You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Nebraska football fans had plenty to cheer about on Saturday, as the Cornhuskers dominated Houston Christian with a commanding 59-7 win at Memorial Stadium. From the very first possession, it was clear this game was going to be one-sided. The Huskers, wearing all red uniforms for the first time since 1986, scored on their first 8 full possessions and quickly put the game out of reach. Dylan Raiola, Nebraska's sophomore quarterback, led the way with 222 passing yards and 2 touchdowns before giving way to backups in the second half. Running back Emmett Johnson added 2 rushing scores, while Dane Key hauled in a 39-yard touchdown as part of his 104-yard receiving day. By halftime, Nebraska had built a 38-0 lead, piling up over 320 yards while holding Houston Christian to just 52. The defense also made its mark. In the second quarter, Williams Nwaneri scooped up a fumble and ran it back 29 yards for a touchdown. The Huskers' first defensive score of that kind since 2020. A performance left no doubt about the team's control on both sides of the ball. With the game well in hand, head coach Matt Rule gave his starters the rest of the afternoon off. That opened the door for younger players to shine. Backup quarterback Latif came in and went 5 for 5 passing, including a 62-yard touchdown strike to Cortez Mills Jr. Running back Quentin Ives, who recently returned from a hamstring injury, rushed for 85 yards and a touchdown, most of it coming in the second half. Houston Christian did manage to avoid a shutout midway through the third quarter, when Zyshawn Edwards broke free for a 45-yard scoring run. But that was one of the few bright spots for the visiting Huskies, who collected a $500,000 guarantee for making the trip to Lincoln. They fell to 0-3 all-time against Power 5 opponents. The Huskers finished with 554 yards of total offense, while allowing fewer than 100 rushing yards. Special teams were barely needed. Nebraska's freshman punter didn't even take the field. The lone scare of the day came when umpire Dan Montgomery was accidentally knocked down during a tackle, but he bounced right back up to the crowd's relief. Now sitting at 3-0 for the second straight year, Nebraska has outscored its last 2 opponents, 127-7, after a hard-fought opening win against Cincinnati. But as Coach Rule reminded after the game, the real tests are still ahead. Nebraska will host number 23 Michigan next week, in what promises to be an early season measuring stick. So while the Houston Christian game was a confidence booster, it also served as a tune-up. The Huskers showed flashes of balance on offense, defensive intensity, and depth across the roster. Next Saturday, though, they'll find out just how much progress has been made when Big Ten play begins. Stay subscribed for more videos.